Flowers have a pretty bee-electric love life. I'll see myself out. Or no, I won't, because it's a weird sciencey fact that boggles my mind. I'm not sure what the birds have to do with it, but most of us are familiar with the love triangle between flowers and bees. Since plants are planted, it's hard for them to walk around and find a partner. So they've gotten creative and found ways to make it enticing for third parties to come eat them out and help them find a mate to procreate. In fact, that's one reason why they're just so gosh darn pretty. We all know that bees are prolific partakers in the pretty partnership of pollinators, and we assume that bees find their flavorful fauna by seeking out their bright colors, which they do, in part. Bees can see in vivid colors and patterns, even in the ultraviolet spectrum, which is invisible to us. And as a result, flowers have not only developed bright and colorful patterns we can see, but they've developed bright and colorful patterns in the ultraviolet spectrum as well. So while all of us can still enjoy the bright and colorful patterns of the tantalizing tiger lily, only the bees know Veronica's secret. Veronica is a type of flower. I googled flowers that start with V for that joke. I figured some of you might not know that because I didn't, so I just wanted to make sure that you got it. But even though bees can see in ultraviolet, they can't see red, and we can, so, suck on that, bumblebee. Anyway, bees absolutely do seek out the sunflowers by sight, but they can also sniff out the saffron as well. Obviously, humans suck at sniffing, and even we know flowers never forget to put on the smell good. But obviously, flowers didn't come out smelling like a rose to appeal to people. No, they evolved that way for the same reason Carrie Underwood's ex-boyfriend is dabbing on the bathroom cologne. And flowers know that if they smell right, 60% of the time it works every time. Honestly, their odds are probably a little bit better than that because bees can smell better than a bloodhound. Like 50 times better. Bees have an insane sense of smell. Their sense of smell is so good, in fact, that they are training bomb-sniffing bees. No joke, they want to use them to sniff out unexploded landmines, which kind of makes a lot of sense because, you can have hundreds of millions of bees that can cover a huge area, and apparently they smell better than almost anything. They're also apparently training them to sniff out things like cancer and toxins and probably drugs, because the government hates you and doesn't want you to be happy. But with Barry B. Benson's superior sense of smell, a snowdrop scent makes perfect sense. A snowdrop is another type of flower, by the way. But if you thought bees' hydrangea homing skills stopped there, you would be mistaken. Because it turns out bees also have electromagnetic homing abilities. Check this out. The earth is grounded, like electrically grounded. It has a negative charge. So flowers, because they're grounded in the ground, also have a slight negative charge. And that creates an electromagnetic field in the air around the flowers. And bees, as they buzz through the air, create a positive charge, kind of like when you walk across the carpet in your socks. And they can use that charge to find the flowers. They actually proved this in an experiment where they put a bunch of bees in a room with a bunch of identical metal cups. And they randomly filled some of the cups with sugar water and some of the other cups with some substance that bees don't like very much. And then when the cups had no charge, the bees would just fly around randomly and just go to any cup. And sometimes they got a taste of something they weren't that fond of. But then they gave a slight negative charge to the sugar water cups, and the bees went there exclusively. And then they took the charge away, and the bees flew around all randomly again. But it gets even crazier, because in the real world, when a bee lands on a flower and picks up the pollen, it transfers some of its charge to the flower. And that changes its magnetic field, which lets other bees know to not land at that flower it's already been hit on. Which is crazy. And the fact that the bumblebee can not only see the secrets of the succulent and smell the scent of the sage, but also have a shocking sixth sense to seek out snapdragons. Oh, thank God I got it that time. Well, that is pretty mind-boggling. And the fact that the bumblebees can see the succulent secrets and sniff, and the fact that the bumblebees can not only see the succulent secret, and the fact that the bumblebee can not only see the secret.